I did not mean to. And I did not own the rights to this music if you hear it in the background. But I did not mean to hit the live button already. I meant to just go back to the screen before I start moving. Okay. Let me get it straight before I start driving. All right. I told you I was coming up here at 11, so I'm 2 minutes early. Hey. Listen, I want to talk. Y'all know I got to talk. I'm in, this is, y'all see my channel, Supernova Network. That means you getting in your strength. You're literally getting in your strength. You're gaining your strength back. That's what Supernova means. So I want y'all to understand what my title mean. I had several titles. The friend that I had, he helped me with learning things, but I know I'm not good of getting comfortable with something, but I do appreciate his help. He did help me tremendously, learning me how to talk in 3 minutes, learning me how the internet works. He taught me some things and he held back on some things. He already know how I am. He know I'm gonna say what I feel. I'm gonna say how I feel, and I feel how I say it. But he did help me, and I'm grateful for that. You know, he did do extremely well by, you know, teaching me what they look for on the internet. You know, I give him thumbs up for that. That's the only thing he gonna get thumbs up on is helping me. Other things he ain't getting thumbs up on because he already know. But anyways, and that's what I want to talk about to you all. I want to talk about strength, getting your strength. And I'm driving, so y'all already know it's gonna. I'm gonna be looking straight ahead for a while until I get where I'm going. I didn't know that I was on live yet, so we're gonna keep it rolling. But I hope everyone is having a beautiful and lovely day. I am. It's so hot out here. It's 54 degrees. I needed to come out of this jacket I got on, but I didn't know I was on live. So you know, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out somehow, some way. We're gonna figure this thing out. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I am roasted, and this is a UGG fur. So you know, give me a second. I'm at the stoplight. Hello, how you are so sweet. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I pray you're having a great day. I got to learn how to say pray more and when I'm speaking, because you know, over here it's all about the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He brought me from a mighty long way. So I want to help everybody to understand you can change. I had to change for almighty purposes. And you know, I am a sweet person. I love to be kind to others because I want others to be kind to me. So, you know, I give what I want back. I don't try to give out evil things to people because I don't like evil. I just don't like evil. Evil is draining, and it throws your day off. So I try to be as kind as possible because I want kindness. But thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate you. But right now I'm roasting, so I'm trying to get to a stop sign so I can take off this fur. It's a half jacket, a half UGG fur, but this UGG where furs is very heavy, very heavy. So I didn't know I was on live. Hello. You don't know. I don't understand Gerson. I think I'm saying it right. I don't have my glasses on too well. But if you speak any other language, listen, I speak English. I'm sorry, I don't understand y'all language. If y'all speak another language, if y'all can try your best to just do English with me, I really appreciate it. Hello, Arthur. Hello. Can y'all hit the like button as y'all come in? I will really appreciate you all, truly, truly. If y'all just hit the like button for me, just tap it for me. And tell others so they can subscribe to the channel as well. I'm all about growth. I'm all about change. I'm all about loving. I'm all about kindness. I'm all about powering others up. Now, I can't be around all the time. Thank you for whoever hit the like button. I really appreciate you very much. Just give me a second, you all. I'm at the stop sign, so I am Of course. What you mean? I know. I know. Speak English. I'm sorry. Well, speak as best way you can, baby. Finally, a YouTuber who answers me. You are so nice and kind. Of course. If you are any YouTube and they don't answer you, unsubscribe and find somebody else. I think that I do personally. I think that is so cruel for people that have channels and people, you on their channel, because without you all, we wouldn't have a channel. Without you all, thank you all who is subscribing, hitting the like button. I appreciate you all. But I think that is so cruel and is so rude and disrespectful. I don't care how many people is on your channel. If you just go through, hello, if you just go through and just hit love, if it takes 2 days, I believe in me. If it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be able to have a channel, because it takes people to want to listen and learn or grow from the channel. How do I send? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I figure it out. I don't know though. I don't know. I'm learning it myself, but I figure it out, Arthur. I figure it out sooner or later. But just if you on anybody channel, any YouTube channel, I don't care if they got 1 million followers, don't have them type of followers if you're not willing and able to go answer questions that people ask, because people is on these channels looking for answers, and we are the solution. And if I can't answer it, I tell anybody, give me enough time so I can figure it out, or I go ask the Heavenly Father, what do I need to do? But I think it's so cruel and rude that people be on these channels and they come on lives and then people won't answer you all back. That is so disrespectful to me. I unsubscribe from channels like that. When I get on channels and if I ask a question, because I ask hard questions, I ask deep questions, and they don't respond back, I'll go back and I'll delete my comment, and then I delete myself from their channel. So don't stay around channels that don't respond back to you all. Please don't do that, because you are a voice. You want to be heard. You want some answers to the question you ask. And if they overlook, because we see every question that rolls up on here. So me being on this side and y'all being on that side, I'm here to tell you they do see the questions that y'all do ask. So they can't say, well, I don't see. Oh yeah, we see, we got eyes. So ain't nobody blind. There is some blind YouTubers, but they got somebody to tell them what the questions are coming up. So no, that is so rude, and I'm sorry that you have to go through that, but don't take yourself through that. But I hope you all I pray you all are having a great day. I'm out and about. It's warm. We just had a great big giant cold front. Now we got a warm front. So, we got to dress to the occasion. So, I got thin clothes on, but I had to put on this heavy fur because I didn't know how cold it was going to be today. But it's actually really beautiful out here. I can't wait till spring. What y'all think about it? Springtime, springtime. Let's shout springtime. Bye, sunshine. Bye, Eli. I think, yeah, Eli, bye. I'm sorry. I had to answer off the question about nobody speaks or answer anything. I'm going to answer you, and I will shout you out, Arthur. I can't read your last name because I ain't got my glasses on, but I think I'm saying your name right, Arthur. And I'm bad with names, y'all. Let me tell you. When it comes to names, I am bad. Even though I speak English, I am bad when it comes to English too. Oh my goodness. Because what I see may not be the way it's pronounced. So I just say what I say. As long as it's pleasant. As long as I'm not throwing you off or saying anything to shame you. But y'all deal with me, rock with me now, because I'm telling you, my English sucks. It's so X-rated. They be like, huh? And I'll be like, My English is so off. I need to learn some new languages so I can just speak something else, because I'm over English. But I'm just riding and gliding. And I want to speak, but like I said, I didn't know that I was on live, so I got to go ahead. I'm on the spot, so I got to do what I got to do. But we just riding, and I'm trying to get me a tripod. I'm sorry, so I can go in. Y'all can go in the stores with me, so y'all can meet so many people that I know. I want y'all to learn how I really do behind the scenes, and who I talk to, and all the people that I have, that I am in connection with. So I'm trying to get excuse me, y'all, I got to fix this. I'm trying to get a tripod so y'all can go walk with me behind the scenes. I want to show y'all how I am in public, how I am around people, how people are. And I don't do color, so I don't do the color of your skin, I don't do the appearance of you. I looks at the heart. I'm all focused on the heart of man, the heart of woman, the heart of children. That's what I'm about. So I'm trying to I probably get to Walmart tonight and to see if I can find or Best Buy somewhere to find a tripod where I can hook it to when I use my cards, and hook it to me going in the store, without me holding it, but holding itself. I know it's something out here that it can do that. So y'all gonna be walking with me behind the scenes soon, so y'all can meet some wonderful people, some people that I done been connected with for a very long time. So we all can come together and make this beautiful, kind, and loving and caring dream come true, and to power each other up, and people get into their power, because a lot of people is not in their power. A lot of people is connected still to the system of the matrix, the wound of this physical realm. We are spiritual beings, so I want a lot of people to activate their spiritual gifts and die to their fleshly gifts, not die to it, but literally forget about it and start operating from a strong heart. Ask the Almighty to give you a clean heart. And I'm gonna give y'all some examples, because if anybody said life coach, I believe in being honest about life. I don't believe in being dishonest, holding anything back. I am very honest about everything, and I include myself in what I used to go through and what I've been through, because I want people to understand that it's not as easy as people make it seem. I look at a lot of YouTubers and co-creators, and they make things seem like they got all this teaching. They teach all of these big facts and all of this extra stuff, but they don't really show y'all or tell y'all how they overcame. They all talk about this deliverance and do it this way and do it that way. It is hard. It is hard to break free from darkness. It's very... Hi, Candle Talks. Hi. Where have you been? 11:11 on the clock. Hi. Where have you been? How have you been doing? Nice seeing you. Ooh. Mwah. Give you kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hey, Candle Talks. I love the pink hands. Y'all know I'm driving, so give me a minute. I love the hands. Y'all know I'm a wild one. But hi. Nice seeing you. Thank you for showing up, baby doll. 11:11 on the clock. And I have rearranged my my channel. It's Supernova. Them demons done drove me into Supernova, y'all. So I had a friend. I want to tell y'all about this friend I had. And I met this friend, and this is truth. This is real truth. And I've been single for 5 years. Ever since 2019, I've been single. And sometimes your flesh just wants to be with somebody. I just started wanting to be with somebody, because I've been with a man all my life. I always had a relationship. So being without a relationship for 5 years was very challenging for me. Not having having a man or having a partner by my side. So, that was very challenging for me. And I had met this friend online, and I watched him for a year before I even said something, to him. I don't know if he knew I was around or whatever. I don't know. So, I had subscribed to his channel, and I had said I wanted to do a one-on-one, but I was just trying to get close to him because he experienced everything I experienced: childhood, relationships, emotionally detached, abandoned, rejected. I was short-lived. I was egotistic. I was arrogant. I was all of that ugly stuff once upon a time, you all. That's why I speak on it a lot, because I once was very egotistic, very nonchalant, very unstable once upon a time, because it came out of a very dysfunctional family cycle. And I wasn't taught anything about Christ, anything about God. I wasn't taught anything. But one thing I did do, I protected my kids with all my heart, all my might, and all of my understanding. And, because I knew coming up as a child, I was really, really devastated. I was really abandoned. I was really rejected as a child. I didn't have family members and mother, father, grandparents. I had no type of support all my life. I don't even know how some days I made it through school, you all. I don't. I be sitting and just thinking about, like, how did you actually really make it through school? Like, it was really bad for me as a kid, really bad. And, I was starved from a lot of emotions. I was starved from a lot of support. I was starved from a lot of teaching. I wasn't taught to be a good woman. I wasn't taught to be a disciplined woman. I wasn't taught to be a kind woman, caring and nurturing woman. I wasn't taught those things. And when I tell people this, they be blown away, but I'm blown away as well, because I wasn't taught to be that type of woman. I wasn't taught to be, loving to others. I wasn't taught to be kind to others. I was taught to be bitter. I was taught to be insecure. I was taught to be non-optimistic. I was taught to lie. I was taught to destroy. I was taught a lot of evil things. But I didn't turn out to be that woman. I went through my cycles of, sin. And I tell people that all the time. I went through my cycles of it. I went through it. We all got to go through it. I don't care if you were taught to be good and great. You're gonna have to do some type of manifestation of the flesh. But I wasn't taught nothing good. And if I can help many, and that's all it's about, is helping. I'm not trying to be better than nobody, but when it comes to children, I am really, really strict about that. Because me being a child and got hit hard coming up in childhood, it don't feel good. And some people don't come back from it. Some people really don't know how to love. Some people really don't know how to give. Some people don't even know how to open their hearts up because they don't trust. Some people don't even believe in God because they were abused so bad that they feel like God should have protected them. A lot of people don't believe in Christ because they don't think Christ exists because of the physical abuse or this physical warfare that's on earth. And that's a real reason why a lot of people just reject, people that talk about Christ, reject people that talk about God, because they want to go serve other guys because it's much easier. It's easy to make money. It's easy to manipulate somebody. It's easy to lie to somebody. It's easy to reject somebody. It's easy to abandon somebody. It's easy to physically abuse somebody, verbally abuse, mentally abuse. It's very easy to do those things. And a lot of people take that type of path of least resistance because they don't want to put in no hard work of turning their life around. But when I got chosen by the Almighty, when he woke me up to my true identity, I was blown away because all my life I fought fire with fire. I fought demons all my life. Even when it would get so hard, I would leave my own home and go find another residence to live in. I would even leave my relationships and go find another residence to live in. I would go homeless. I wouldn't let nobody feel like that they got power over me, rather I'm in their house or they're in my house. I would even leave, like I said, my own residence. I would let them have it all. Materialistically, you can have it all. But I speak on these channels for passion. I tell life stories so y'all can understand it's not as easy as people make it out to be. A lot of these YouTubers know how to finesse the channel. A lot of these YouTubers know how to finesse the brain. These YouTubers know that there's a lot of people out here that's in pain, because if it wasn't a lot of people in pain, you wouldn't be looking for channels for healing. You wouldn't be looking for channels to resonate. A lot of people are hurting out here, including kids. And I speak of a place of truth. I'm not trying to be, more than what I am. I'm trying to get y'all to understand you can change. I'm no better than you are. I'm just chosen by the Almighty to tell you all what to do and what to expect doing it, and what's going to come your way as you healing. Because when you're healing, you're going to get a lot of more challenges what you expect. You might think going off and healing is easy. You got to fight to get your birthright back. You got to fight to get your peace back. You got to fight to get your joy back. You got to fight to get your happiness back. You got to fight to get everything that you once had and once was stripped from you back. You got to fight to get your confidence back. You got to fight to get your security back. You got to fight to get you back, because Satan is a dark spirit, a dark fallen angel with other dark fallen angels. Their mission is to keep many down as possible. He's here to break humanity down because he wants you to reign with him in the lake of fire. I'm not going in no fire. He done put enough fire under my feet. And from a woman that never knew God, never knew Christ, never knew the Holy Spirit, never ever read the Word of God. I hate reading in school. But now that I know who I am and I know what it's about on this earth and I know my mission, I don't mind getting up here. I don't mind being rejected. I don't mind being abandoned. I don't mind people turning their backs on me, because I know now I done hit the right spot. I done triggered something, because only the people that don't want to do the right thing reject truth, abandon truth, fight to stop you from speaking truth, try to isolate you from spreading the truth. I know when I'm dealing with those type of people that I'm hitting the spot. See, now I'm feeling great because I know I'm doing the right thing. See, a lot of people, when they get rejected or they get abandoned or they go through anything that's hard and a person afflicts pain upon them, and 9 times out of 10 stop that person from speaking. You'll start making excuses for that person. You will start agreeing with that person. You will start, allowing that person to have big ups on you. So you got to understand the mission. And once you understand the mission of Satan, then you can understand how to move. And like I was saying, I had a friend, and this is the truth. I always be honest about it. And like I say, he had everything that, he talked it well. He had the same, we had the same thing in common. We both were abused. We both had been through real childhood traumas or whatever. So I'm thinking he's healed. I'm like, he healed too. We can work together. We can do some awesome things together. We can help, raise the vibration together in this earth. So, I reached out to him. We talked a little bit, chopped it up, boom, boom, boom. But he wasn't fully ready. That's why I learned one thing. My nephew got up here. See, you got to have a witness. I always make sure I have people that's around that can witness for me. What y'all get on these internets is what you're going to get from me behind the scenes. I'm not two people. I'm one person living two experiences. I'm living a fleshly experience like you all are, and I live a spiritual experience like majority need to be living. But I'm the same person on camera, and I'm the same person behind the scenes. I'm the same person in public, and I'm the same person in private. So I'm not a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of woman. I don't say something and don't mean it. I show up on my words, and my words is my action. So when I do come up here and talk about things, I talk about things so y'all can understand healing takes time. Children, and when I speak on children, y'all need love. Y'all need y'all parents to love you all. Y'all need y'all parents to show up. Y'all need y'all parents to put some time into you. A lot of parents put time into their boyfriends or their girlfriends or their husbands and their wives. You know, I had a young man yesterday that he confides in me. He's 17 years old, and he's working, and he works at Food Line. And last night I had made an order, and he was like, I am so happy to see you. I got so much to tell you. And his mom kicked him out because him and his stepdad got into an argument. And he told me what happened, what really went down, and all that he had went through with his father and what his father had did to him in the home. And I was like, well, is the stepdad still living there? And he was like, yeah, she kicked me out because his stepfather didn't want him living there anymore. So she threw her son out in the streets. But I looked at him and I was like, I gave him my phone number to call me in case he's going through something. You know, he living in his car. He's eating here and there. He living with a couple of friends. But I'm going to say this. When my children was living with me, and I had another man outside of their father, which were two men that they stayed around in a home with me. Those men could not turn me against my children. And I was not going to turn them against their children. If they even decide to even attempt to even think even to tell me to put my children out, that would never happen. I'm not going to put my children, I wouldn't even put my children out for their own father. Not yet alone, I'm going to put them out for another man. Because I would never put a man in that predicament to put his children out, or to quit talking to his children, or to quit talking to his family. So if I'm not going to put a man in that predicament to do that, why would you allow a man to put, or a woman rather, put you in a predicament to stop talking to your children, or to turn your back on your children, or to put your children out in the cold just because a man don't like, a woman don't like your children? And sorry y'all, because I had a phone call come through. Don't like your children. This is the things that goes on in society a whole lot. And it's not fair to the children. And it makes the children unruly. And it makes the children out of control. And it makes the children go out here and seek attention from other people. This is what really does go on in society, in these homes, behind closed doors. These children are suffering because of unstableness of parents. And it's not fair to the children. It's not fair. And he was really in his feelings. And I was, you know, I comforted him. I went and got him some food. And I told myself, if you need me for gas money or whatever, he's sleeping in his car. He going through it. But mama seemed to lay her head down comfortably because she wanted to keep stepdad. Stepdad could not stay in my house. Stepdad, step-boyfriend, I don't care. He gonna get the stepping. That's what I see it at. He's not stepping nothing up in the house. He get ready to step out my house, and my son gonna step in. Rather if my son or daughter did wrong or not, we'll talk about about that thing. We're gonna have a meeting about it. But I'm not gonna put my child on the outside of the door and the man can still stay in. It's not gonna go down that way. Because that man can fend for himself. My child would not be able at no teenage life fend for himself. No. Now if he's rebellious and I'm gonna put him away. Or I might put him outside a little bit. Look, you go get outside. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna teach you a little lesson. How it is to appreciate a good home. You gotta chastise them. But you don't choose a man over your children. Or you don't choose a woman over your children. And especially children that can't take care of themselves. They're not a 16, a 15, a 13, a 14. Those children are not equipped to take care of themselves. Now, if they rebellious and they can go live with a family member and they're rebellious with you as a mother, okay, go live with your dad or something for a while because you're getting out of control. But you do not put them out because a man say he don't want your child living in the home anymore. What kind of foolishness, what kind of mindset do you have to make a choice between a stepdad and your child? Because a lot of men and women come in your life, they don't care about your kids. And this is what a lot of adults need to understand. This is wounded adults. You're not strong. You're weak. There's nothing strong about abusing your kids and submitting to a man. You got to submit to your children. When you brought them children in the world, that was a job that you signed up for. The Almighty gave you a precious gift. A child is a precious gift given from God to you to take care of that child. If you can't take care of a child, how can you hold anything else down? You can't. You're very unstable. You don't need your mama and your daddy and your grandparents or your great-grandparents or anybody else to take care of responsibility that you brought forth. I'm a grandmother, but I tell my son, I'm here for a grand problem. I'm not taking on y'all duties so y'all can have it easy. No, you got to learn how to survive. You got to learn how to put your mind together. I'm not taking nothing off of your shoulders that you can't handle. Because anytime you bring a child forth, it's going to be a lot of obstacles. It's going to be a lot of challenges. It's going to be a lot of patience. It's going to be a lot of nerve-wracking. It's going to be a whole lot of everything. But this is what molds you and shape you into the adult and the parent that you need to become. It's a challenge when you bring children into the world. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But you learn how to deal with the hardness of being a parent. And that means you show up whether it's hard or it's easy. But you don't allow people to come in your life and take you away from your children. You don't never submit to a man so severely that your children can't get half of the treatment you give that man. No. No. Not in a million. There we go. Learn how to love God. Pray. You don't ask your mothers to pray for you. You don't have to ask your moms and your dads to help you take care of your children. Learn how to take care of your own kids. Learn how to be that rock for your kids. You don't need to ask your friends for opinions. You don't need to ask nobody else for opinions of what to do with your children. Learn what to do with your children. They're your children. They were given to you. You decide to go in that bedroom and bring them children forth. So if you didn't ask questions how to bring them forth, why are you going to ask questions how to raise them? Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. If you can go and do the thing that it take to get a child here, you ain't ask nobody that question. And you shouldn't be asking what it do to take care of them. You know you're going to have to go to work. You know you're going to have to support them. You know you're going to have to clothe them. You know you're going to have to feed them. You know you're going to have to be there for them. You know you're going to have to attend, school PTA meetings. You know they might get a little whiny. You know they might get a little cranky. You know they might ask you a whole lot of questions. You know this is what's going to come out of a child, because that's what children do. That's what they do. They ask questions. They love to call you 1,000 times. They love their mom and daddies because you are their examples. You are their examples, not nobody else. You don't. Grandma don't supposed to be raising them. Grandma can come and get them, and grandma consult with you. What do you do? What is your schedule? What time you put them to bed? What can't they eat over a certain thing at night? How long? How much sugar you give them? See, that's where it comes getting on one accord. Like with my grandchildren, I ask, well, what do you do? How often you give them sweets? What time you want them to go to bed? Now, be honest with me. Now, don't tell me a schedule because you're trying to, impress me. I want to know what you really do with these kids, because when I raised my kids had a bedtime, they had a nap time, they had sugar time, they had dinner time, they had play time, they had school time, and then they had our time. So I had to fit all of that stuff into having children. What I thought was suitable, not what somebody else told me what was suitable. Because if somebody else told me, and the people that I was around couldn't tell me, because their children were wild. Their children jumping all over the place. Their children jumping all through the house, running all through the house, jumping on the bed, jumping on the furniture, just in the kitchen, just doing whatever. I was not raising my kids like that. I seen it too much. And I was not going to raise my kids like that. So as I used to see things out of people, I was like, my kids ain't going, if I ever have kids, they ain't going through that right there. That right there is nerve-wracking. If I had a man, is your kids disciplined? Do your kids got undisciplined problems? Because I love disciplined kids. Do you mix your kids with adults? Do you talk around your kids? Do you tell your kids your problem? Do you cry and whine to your kids? See, it's certain things kids should not be introduced to. And like I said, I got witnesses. I got 2 sons, and they'll tell you my mom was strict. I was only strict because I did not want them to grow up too fast. I did not want them to take their childhood. Can you turn on donations? Oh, I don't know, Sunshine, donations for me? I don't know. Right now, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If you're a child trying to give me a donation, I don't want it. But if you're a grown person, I think about it, because I'm not really. If I do get donations, that's cool. But if you're a child trying to give me a donation, I don't want it. I don't want it. But if you're adult, I think on my Cash App and stuff in the thing. I really don't. But if you're a child, please don't give me no donation. And I'm not really. I mean, once YouTube start paying me, I had put up here bullying, and it got a lot of views on it. And thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I really do, Arthur. And I had put up here bullying, because there's a lot of kids that get bullied in school, and it went crazy. People loved it, but I didn't remix it, so they tagged me, and they cut my they demonetized me for a minute because it was somebody else's channel on TikTok, but I'm very strict about bullying. I don't believe kids supposed to be get bullied either in school. It's a lot of things that I represent that, I want everybody to feel safe and be safe, But, when it comes to donations, if you're a child, I don't want your donation, sunshine. If you're a child, but if you're not, I consider it. I think about it. I pray on it tonight. But it's not about the money. It's not. It's about healing. It's about loving. It's about being kind to each other. It's about growing. It's about knowing. It's about that with me. It's about all of that. It's about mothers, looking at the big picture of their children, because a lot of children suffer in these homes. A lot of children, and these men and some women come into these homes to divide the parents from their children. You got to be a horrible man and a horrible woman that's dealing with Satan that hard, because you are broken. So, a lot of people figure, well, I'm broken, I'm going to go in here and break other people's family up because I ain't got no family, or my family was destructive, or my family was dysfunctional. No, that's not how it works. I would never go and break up a man and his children when I was in men life that had children, as they say, ready-made families. I want to love on your children because I want you to love on my kids. But I would never go in nobody family and the man got children and be so cruel to his kids. Never. I'm going to love his children like I love my children, because I give my children love, and I'm going to give your children love. Now, I'm not going to spank your kids because that's not my job. I didn't raise them kids. I never believed in putting, disciplining them physically, because I don't want you hitting on mine. You can't come hitting on my kids either. So I'm not going to hit on your kids. And that's something that I made, very frank in my relationships, the 2 relationships that I was in. Don't put your hands on my kids. If my kids did anything to you, we'll talk about it. We all gonna sit down and have a meeting about it. And if your children did anything to me, which their kids never did anything to me, their kids was just kids. They just did things kids do. Kids love to play. Kids are careless. Kids are carefree. Be a kid. You might feel like screaming tonight. Guess what? Go outside, scream all you like. If you want to have fun and you want to scream a little bit, if you're on the game, kids play the game, they get a little loud, they get a little hyper. That's what kids do. But you make sure you discipline them. You make sure you show them love. You do not show the man love first. That man already should know what love is. Your kids got to be conditioned into love. They got to be conditioned into being nurturing. They got to be conditioned into having their own confidence. They got to be conditioned into loving themselves before they can love somebody else. See, these are the things we have to do as adults, healed adults, not broken adults, because broken adults use their kids for pawns, for examples, for evil intentions, just to get their way. See, children be used in a lot of forms of evilness, and they're not knowing it because you're innocent. It's not fair. It's not fair to the children. Wait a minute, y'all. I got to take my jacket off. Oh, it's hot. It's 56 degrees here, y'all. Oh! I don't want my head to come off. I got to get my hair cut. Woo! It is 56 degrees. I got a jacket. I got a little thin jacket back there. Whew. I got my son Nike shirt on, y'all. I had to get me a shirt. Woo! Y'all, it is hot. Woo! It was just 19 degrees. Woo! Let me tell you something. You don't need to turn the air on, but I can make it cooler. Woo! You all. I got me some tea here. But this is, this is what I talk about all the time. Oh, I just missed that one. And this is what I'm about. I am strictly about that. I am strictly about, children. I'm strictly about parents. because I was a product of it. I was a product of coming up very, 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 very wrong. I mean, but it wasn't my fault. So when I speak on it, I don't speak on it from, I still feel the pain. I don't. I don't outgrown all the things that happened to me as a child. I don't outgrow that. I don't even feel that anymore. But I give my experience, and I give parents the teachings that I help them overcome, because I could have grew up being a bad parent. I could have rejected my children. I could have left my kids all over the place. I could have did all of that. And it was times where me and their father was in a relationship, and it was very abusive. It was very, very abusive. We actually fought in front of our children. They actually saw blood coming from each other in front of our kids. They seen that, and that's when I knew it was just time to get out the relationship. So I left the kids with their father so I can go heal. I didn't leave them with any old body. I left them in the comfort of their own father, or the comfort of their father's mother, which she was a very beautiful woman, and she allowed me to, go heal. And when I went to heal, my healing was to go get another residence, to get stable and come back for my children. Every time it was 2 months time was healing for me. In 2 months I was healed, had a residence, and that was all thanks to the Almighty. And after I got away, I stayed away. I did not go back in the relationship, because what am I going to go back for and keep putting my kids through a torment cycle of that nature? Because them type of spirits manifests in those kids, and my kids became violent. They became violent in school. They became violent to other people. And I had to repent for that, because those spirits were manifested in my children. They seen the violence. My kids became violence. That's why I'm very strict about generational cycles, generational curses. If somebody got to break the cycles, it ain't no need talking about it if you ain't gonna break it. It ain't no need, screaming and shouting about it if you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Somebody got to break those bloodline curses that's been going on, that ripple effect going on from generation to generation to generation to generation. Generation getting knocked down. Generation getting knocked down. My daughter passed away a year ago from generational drug problems. It passed me, hit her. Passed me, hit my sons. They end up getting into sin and can barely get out of it. My daughter died in it. And I had to, when the Almighty awakened me and said, I need to break them curses, I was attacked by my family. I didn't care. Because if it will break the curses off of my bloodline, and the Almighty can heal the land, and my grandkids can be set free, you can have me. I'll be that one that have to sacrifice the clicks, the bloodline. And that's what I did. It was hard. It was hard. They hated the things I said. They hated that I had them, made them take accountability. They hated that I came and told them what they did. They hated for me to even make them, see what they did or what they doing to other women and men. They hated me. But I didn't care about the hate. I cared about what is next. And I love the Almighty God, you all. I love him so much. He been by me for this period of time, from a child to who I am now. And I was a very unhealthy woman at one point, because I didn't know no better. But now I know better, I do better. I don't mind getting on these channels speaking to you all. I don't mind getting on these channels and letting y'all know how hard it is. I'm speaking for the point of view or the point of pain for children's sake. I am about the kids. I don't care about who hurt you in no relationship. What is your kids' well-being? That's what I'm about. Because our children is our future. And they don't need to be brought up in lies, games, manipulation, violence, lack of empathy, lack of compassion. All they see is grandmama angry. Grandpa, he yells all day. Mama got attitude. Grandpa this, grandpa that. Mommy this. I can't talk to mommy. We can't express ourselves. We can't do. That's not what you want your children to feel. That's not how you want them kids to feel. Because you already know how it feels. So if you know how it feels, why would you want somebody else to feel what you feel? You shouldn't want to inflict pain when you already know how that pain feels. If you feel high or you feel excited off somebody else hurting, or you feel powerful over somebody that's innocent, you have a demon and you need deliverance. You should not even want to see somebody else suffer, and when you already know how that suffering really is, how hard it is to overcome the pain that has been inflicted on you. Nobody should want that for nobody else, and especially the children. You got to be a sick, twisted soul to even collaborate with Satan to go hurt a child. You got to be sick on top of sick, on top of sick, on top of sick. I would have never give a demon that much authority over my vessel to go and hurt a kid. A lot of people out here on these drugs, a lot of people out here hooked up into these demonic sinful triangles, and you come back and you take it out on the children. I done seen it too much. I was a product of everything I'm talking about. Get drunk. Stepdad get drunk. Mama get drunk. Come in. You scared to death. They enter into the house. Uh-oh. We got to hide. Hide under the bed. Hide behind the chair. Go outside and play all day. Don't want to go in because I'm going to get either yelled at, screamed at, or they're going to find something to hit me with, or they're going to find some reason to hit me. This is what children have to go through. You parents know it, and I know it. Because a whole lot of drinking, and a whole lot of gambling, and a whole lot of cursing, and a whole lot of people, and a whole lot of lying in the home, them children is scared for their lives in their home. Some children don't even make it out of the home. Because you got family members scared to speak up. Because they scared of the family themselves. I ain't scared of nothing. Only one I'm scared of is the God Almighty that sits up high, look low. I am very terrified of him. When it comes to man, absolutely not. I'm going to say what I got to say, and whether they like me or not. I'm not here to be liked anyway. I'm here to help children feel free. Help adults understand the freedom. I'm sorry if you're an adult and you got your childhood taken, okay? Pray about it, heal from it, move forward. But we got children that's coming up in this world that needs what we didn't get, and that's needing love, needing kindness, needing wisdom. Not wisdom of the world, but wisdom of heavenly things. Knowing how to be humble. Not dressing them up, putting clothes on them, half bathing them. Because some children half bath. Y'all mama's so drenched from sin and abuse, you don't even know how to bath normally. Your kids got to go in that bathroom and bath themselves. You only bath enough to clean yourself up for a sinful man. The same go for that man. And them children left on their own. It's not fair, y'all. It's not fair. And like I said, I'm not on this internet to be fair. I didn't come to bring peace on this internet. I came to bring a sword. I came to separate it. Because these children shouldn't be tolerating it. Jumping from home to home to home. Oh, I'm the ones that's in these foster carers, as they call it, foster parents. Y'all ain't no good either. Y'all only got children for money purposes to keep your bills rolling. There's no need getting these children if you're not going to put your heart into them. If you ain't going to put your heart into them, leave them kids where they at. Because the Almighty see it all. It ain't no need getting the children if you can't handle it. Because children come with a job. A child is a job. And it's a spiritual job. They need love. They need care. They need support. They need a strong backbone. They need financial support. They need emotional support. They need physical support. They need all the support. So when you decide you want to take in a child, you better know you got all of that for that child or them children. You need all that. Physical support, spiritual support, emotional support, financial support, and indoor support. They got a good bed. They got a good bedroom. They got standards. They got boundaries. They got some discipline going on. That would come with when you take on children, even if you adopt them. You taking on that child because you love that child. You want to pour into that child. You want that child not even think about the pain that they had to endure when you brought them in their home. And when they get older and they want to know who their parents is, let them know. Tell them the truth. Don't lie to them. Be honest with them. Because that's what this world is about. Just pure lies, fairy tales. Don't keep them from their parent. If they want to know who their parents is, tell them who their parents is. Because it's only fair to them. You ain't got to tell them what go on with their parents. Let their parents eventually tell them why. But until they get older, you exclude the why and you do what you got to do. And that's for the children. Y'all put too much effort into things that's effortless. Our children's is effort. They're not effortless. Just because you can get over on their little innocent, tender minds don't mean you should get over on them. Love them. Just like you want love, just like you want a man to come in and love you, love them children. But if you can't love your children, you don't need no love from a man. You get just what you deserve. Because if the kids got to take the blow, you should have to take the blow. And that's just where I'm at with it. But y'all be loving and caring and kind to one another. Over here, this channel is about change. It's about Christ. And it's about discipline. It's about kindness. It's about love. It's about humbleness. If you ain't got none of that, you can get that over here. But if you don't want that, don't come over here. Because this is about change over here. And we all about the what? The children.